Hi, everybody. It's Linda G coming to you from Northern California, getting ready to fly out to Arizona to see my friends, maybe check out some places to have events. Um, but I just got off the horn with a gentleman named John Binney, Binnie. It'll be posted on here. We were on for like an hour, and the guy is just a light you wouldn't believe. He shines. He's a worker, a healer. He even does a little past life energy. The guy is just, whoa. He told some stories you guys are going to love. He was so great. I've scheduled him for December 12th for the two of us to be on YouTube live. So you guys can, even those who have the opportunity, can ask questions. I got to tell you, one of you guys told me about him and I was very impressed. And I also want to address the sort of demonetization or the warning on my video. That was not anything to do with YouTube doing something weird. They weren't trying to shut me down. I have a good relationship with YouTube. What it was I talked about Gabby. Because I was so confused because I got this letter from YouTube saying, your community's concerned about you. I'm like, what? But it wasn't about me. I was talking about Gabby and what happened with her and, the boyfriend. And I guess that word probably hit their system. And I don't know. I guess you can't say that word. So, but I thought I was losing my mind because I couldn't find what the heck I had said, but it wasn't. They said 10:47. It wasn't until like 12:09. But don't worry, I won't be using that word again. But anyway, but no, it was no conspiracy. Nobody's trying to quiet me down. It was just, you got to be careful sometimes what you say. So, but it's interesting. I've talked about this subject numerous times before and was never flagged on it. So. Okay, so John Binney, Binnie, I'll put his link with his video. And I wanted to tell you guys about there's no conspiracy from YouTube at all. What else did I want to tell you? I want to thank you guys for all your support. And I will tell you something, because now we have to be more careful, about what we say. But I will tell you that energetically, what you call is getting ready to hit the fans. Things are changing. And it's going to be a good change, actually. And I don't know if you guys heard, but the Senate voted for a man, Thume, to be the new speaker for the Senate. I guess that other guy, the one that looks like that guy from Poltergeist, what's his name? Rick Scott. He really thought he was going to get it, but he's not going to get it. They got a more moderate, someone who didn't jump the gun about conspiracies with who. So that's a plus, okay? And I'm going to tell you, Mr. Musk has got something coming. I can't tell you exactly what it is. But I will tell you, Trump does not like people to step over him or to outshine him. And he will be he just got done telling Biden in the White House just now, I can't get rid of him. So what does that tell you? He's telling the White House, he's telling President Biden, I can't get rid of him. So he's, hello, he bought the ticket. He paid for that seat. So should have been accepting money if you can't. This is part of what he's doing now. He's trying to take care of the people he owes something to. But you see the people he's checking for the cabinet, they're not going to last, you guys. There's going to be all kinds of chaos. In a way, I'm gleeful about it. I hate to say it, but I hate for other people to suffer because of it. I wanted to tell you guys this real weird dream I had last night. And let me know, you dreamers out there who understand dreams. I dreamt that I was at the White House getting ready, my sister and I getting ready for some big event, and it had to do with President Biden, like the ending of his administration or a big party or something. And then my sister and I took a little walk around the grounds because it was pretty. And then here comes Joe Biden. And, he had a Secret Service and he was upbeat and he was like, oh, hey, Linda, Deb. He was just, like he knew us and we felt like we knew him. Oh, I'm glad you could come, blah, blah, blah. We'll see you later, blah, blah, blah. So then in that evening time, I'm sitting in a chair and like where there's a stage and we're all sitting there. And my sister wasn't there. I think she was off because there was a lot of famous people. I saw a lot of famous faces. And I see Joe Biden. He comes and sits down next to me. I said, hello, sir. I'm looking forward, and seemed like down, like he was sad, and I felt really bad for him. I said, sir, are you okay? And he said, yeah, I'm going to be fine. And I hugged him. And when I hugged him, I could feel his heart beating against me. I must have held him pretty tight. And it was boom, boom, boom. And I thought, well, at least it's still strong enough for me to feel it, but it's awfully slow. I remember thinking that in the dream. And then he left. He had to go. So I'm sitting there, I'm kind of looking at everybody, famous people checking out, looking for Gerard, make sure he wasn't there. And then my mom is sitting next to me, my mother, who, died in 2015. And I was like, whoa. And she had her short hair like she does. She didn't look real young. She looked, about in her 70s. And I said, and she was kind of frail. I said, Mom, what are you doing here? How did you get here? I was so surprised. And she said nothing. And so I kind of said it louder. I said, Mom, how did you get here? I was like insisting on knowing. And then her head goes down and almost to her knees and almost in a weird cockeyed position. And I got, oh, holy cow. So I rearranged her head. It was terrible, you guys, my own mother. And I sort of lifted her as best as I could. And I could tell she was dead. I said, dear God, my mother is dead. And I just said, I looked around, I was telling everybody, my mother is dead. And I woke up in that panic, like, someone help me, my mother is dead. Oh my God, that was my dream. I woke up in a fright. Now she's been gone since 2015. And I don't dream of her very often, but I had the nicest dream after she died, walking down the hallway in my house. And I saw her walking by the door and I put my head out and said, Mom, I love you. And first I said, Mom, and I heard her go, uh-huh, like that. And I said, Mom, I love you. And she sort of turned and looked at me, but she was younger. She had her long black hair and she gave me sort of a waves up, like, and then she turned, but she wasn't walking, she was floating. And she just turned and went the other way. So she was there. And, on her birthday, we had our little angel was born. My niece had her little girl, 30 weeks, and in Portland. Apparently, mom and baby are doing well. She's 3 pounds, thank goodness. And we're very excited, very excited. But she had something on her face. I thought she was intubated, but Keely said it's CPAP, just to make sure, sometimes when you're little, your lungs don't work as well. So we're very excited about, she got to go to 30 weeks and yeah, still young, but you guys, there was 3,000 of you guys praying for that little girl. So I got to tell you, prayer works. Prayer works. So I want to take a look at a few more things. So let's take a look what my guides want to tell us for upcoming. As you know, Jack Smith is going to leave before Trump takes office. And I see Jack Smith talking to his people to make sure everybody is secure. He might not even live in the United States temporarily while this is all getting sorted. But, they're letting Trump know we're leaving voluntarily, so he'll relax. But something's coming up. I'm telling you, December feels pretty dramatic. And I gotta tell you, and I don't know if you guys had that aha moment too, but Jack has to do a summary of everything that he investigated. He has to report and do a summary. Well, Trump can't have that and close it down because he's not president. But how much you want to bet this summary is pretty damning? Now, of course, Trump's people won't care or listen, but whatever this summary is really something. I'm going to tell you now, it's like you could hit Trump with a 2x4 and nothing happens. But he's got a what for coming. Elon was talking to Putin quite frequently before the election. Putin definitely helped get Trump in. But what's interesting is the state TV showed nude photos of the first lady, upcoming first lady, which was like a slap in the face to Trump. Like, yeah, we know who the first lady is. And I've told you guys this before many times. He laughs at Trump. He thinks Trump is a joke. And he likes Trump trying to be king for a day. He thinks it's funny because Trump thinks that what he has to say is important. In the meantime, they're collecting their dues backstage. He is being owned. Trump is being owned. So I see maybe even before the end of December, some trouble with Elon Musk, some big trouble. And someone said Elon was a citizen or he was given citizenship a couple of years ago. But President Biden wrote on his social media that he came here under false circumstances. He claimed he was going to be a student and he was not. So technically, he's still an illegal. So yeah, they may have given him his paperwork, just like they gave Melania her Einstein paperwork that she was a brilliant person, and it's all fake. It's false. It's all an illusion. So anyway, so everybody's all excited thinking that they're really something when at the end of the day, Elon, Putin, and others want to crash and burn it. They could care less about borders or whatever we're doing. That's not their focus at all. They're just focusing on the dog leash they have around Trump's neck. And I see a lot, this is the main thing. I see a lot of Republicans not going for this. I feel like so much is going to be released that a lot of people are going to say, no, this is a democracy. We don't want what you're offering here. It's like, wait a second. Because remember I told you that the red hats have to see for themselves or find out for themselves. Now that you're going to have some that won't believe nothing, like that guy in line to vote said, I'm voting for Trump because Biden caused the hurricanes. And speaking of hurricanes, there's going to be a lot more tragedies coming up, you guys. Big time. Big time shifting of Mother Gaia. There's earth shifts taking place, and I still don't see. I often thought he would go away because a lot of people hate him in Russia. They hate Putin. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen, but I'm feeling, his reign around Moscow has been too tight. People are done with it. People are really done with it. Also, North Korea is coming over to Ukraine and fighting. They're getting a little taste of what having the internet and stuff is like. And they may say, no, we don't want this anymore. Somebody brought up a point to me, because a long time ago, we thought Kim Jong-un had passed. We saw him on the machine and everything. They said there's forensic people looking, and the back of the skull of the guy that's in office now is different than the back of the skull from years ago of Kim Jong-un. But I see Putin surprised and boom. Same thing with Netanyahu. They think they're going to hurt people and destroy people. Putin is going cray-cray, getting rid of all his top officials around him. He's crazy. He's crazy. And somebody will fight back. Some people or somebody will fight back. And I still see Netanyahu having to go before a tribunal because they've just shut down a bunch of camps for kids. What sense does that make? Yeah, you have a right to defend yourself from children, but right now he thinks he can do anything because he's got Trump in there and he's got his son-in-law and who's going to build. None of this stuff is going to take place. None of this stuff. And you can believe me or not believe me. Yeah, I said that he wasn't going to win, and I don't think he did win. Okay, entertainment purposes only. I don't think he won, but I think my guys are saying when they said surrender, they're kind of saying, well, let him blow himself up. So we'll see. Not literally, but they're just going to do some stuff. You're going to watch that stock market start dropping too. And they're like, whoa. I just think it's something enough that even his own people are marching, saying, get out of there. I don't know what you're doing, but get out of there. So we shall see. And that's what I was picking up, you guys. I don't think I'll be able to do prayers tonight because I still got to pack, but I might do them while I'm up in Arizona. Just sit down for a minute and do the prayers. Again, I have so many emails. I can't. I just can't hardly. I keep doing it, and I can barely finish it. So, I thank you guys for listening. And I'll still, even while I'm up there, I have a room, I have internet, I can do a show if something else comes up. But I wanted to tell you about that weird dream with President Biden. I'm asking for a dream of the outcome. Now, mind you, I had the dream about the parade and that I saw snipers and shooting. And I know with lots of blood in a dream, it means loss of power. But I just feel it's almost like they think they're going to march down the trail and then something takes them out. Maybe even our own intel realizes what a danger this is and decides to stop it before it starts. But it's a lot of chaos, you guys, and it's pretty sad. But hang on there. Like I told the universe, when are we going to get a break? We went through, hey, I started off with the nukes, being afraid as a little girl, hiding under your desk, worried about glass breaking through. What it should have been was, sucker, you guys ain't going to make it anyway if there's a nuke that comes down. But when are we going to get a break? We had President Kennedy assassinated. We had Robert Kennedy. We had Martin Luther King. We had riots. We've watched with our own eyes the absolute devastation that's happened to the Black community because of racist police officers. I see a lot of marching. I see a lot of marching coming back out because I see people now. Because if you can't survive, if whatever he's doing is going to create this kind of chaos, then no. But RFK Jr., I see him trying to throw some major stuff out there. I'm almost feeling like Trump, I don't know, he's talking him down. He's talking him down. But it feels like even things related with food, he wants all the sugar out of the cereals, which makes total sense. But it's something hard to do when you got those big corporations feeding Trump. So there's stuff coming up, you guys. And right now, I can't see Kamala. I don't feel her. I don't see her energy. I don't know if she's just lurking in the background. It's weird. I can feel Biden more than I can feel her. So I don't know, but I feel them all working behind the scenes, hustling. And I'm telling you, Jack Smith's got something to say. It's not over with Jack Smith. So let's see. Oh, and the other thing I heard was that Eileen Cannon, the one who wants to either be the DOJ or in Supreme Court, I actually see him more looking at Roberts, believe it or not. Why don't you step down so I can put her in? Roberts is like, you great. But I feel like she would not qualify. Like, no matter how they try to doll it up, she couldn't get in there. That's what I heard. You know, you're putting spray on something that just won't clean up. Okay, you guys. I love you all. I'll catch you on the other side. Cheers.